Okay, my mic has an afro and I need a haircut, but what's really new? Today we were talking Kanye West, Ye, whatever you want to call him, whatever he wants to go by today, tomorrow, whatever. And the new Yeezy.com drop of clothing, of merch, whatever you want to call these pieces that he's dropped. So these items initially dropped around Christmas 2024, so within the last couple weeks, and I found out about them by clicking on the YZYYeezy.com link that Kanye actually shared when I was on Twitter or X. I want to run through some of these pieces and tell you my thoughts and my opinions on them. But first, we got to touch on Kanye a little bit. I am a huge Kanye fan. I mean, as an artist and as a cultural figure, I guess you could say. He's created some absolute masterpieces musically that were arguably ahead of their time. 808s and Heartbreaks, Yeezus, groundbreaking music, and some beautifully timeless pieces. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, just some amazing songs, and just as an artist overall, some amazing products as well that are absolute grails. I mean, you think about the Air Yeezys, the Red Octobers, the original ones, the Louis Vuitton Jaspers. You got to think about some of these pieces, the pastel jacket that are on everybody's grailed list, that is in somewhat way, shape, or form involved in fashion and culture. Now, obviously, I don't always align with his viewpoints because he has some crazy out there takes at times, but in terms of pushing the boundaries on things, I think that you can't say that Kanye West doesn't continue to do that. So when it comes to the new product, at what he has dropped now, and I'll give you my thoughts on that. So we have basically 3 different colorways of a few different products here: hoodies, anoraks, windbreaker pullovers, pants, and t-shirts, a couple different fits. So first we have the TSO1. This has what you, I guess, would sound out in English as Nen on it, but this is essentially just translates to Yeezy in Cyrillic, I believe it is, and this is, I believe, Gosha Rubchinskiy influence. A lot of this, he's been very kind of involved with Gosha Rubchinskiy, and Gosh has been involved in some of the development and design of his latest releases and latest kind of merch pushes. So this t-shirt itself includes an interesting kind of 2-piece fit with a collar. This is really similar to what he did actually for the last drop that he released, where the pattern and the cut of these shirt garments was, I mean, it was really like one piece, and it didn't even include, I don't think, a ribbed collar. I believe it was just a slit opening, a one-piece construction, and sewed side seams. So super minimal, and something that I think is actually a really interesting concept overall. Next, we have this more kind of traditionally cut raglan sleeve t-shirt with Bechmure Tibu. I don't know. That's I'm not a. We can forget that I ever even did that. But essentially what this translates to, again in Cyrillic, is newspaper Pribun. Again, probably Gosha Rubchinskiy influence. You see a very different fit on this t-shirt than the other one. It looks like it would be a little bit more fitted throughout the body, throughout the armpits, throughout the sleeves for sure. And overall, a really interesting silhouette and garment. Not nothing new and innovative, I would say, but as opposed to the fit of the rest of these garments, I think it sticks out a little bit. You then essentially just have that same branding, except for on the windbreaker, which has some interesting, almost like Olympic with an eagle type looking branding on it. Nothing too crazy though, and I don't know the significance or what this logo means. Who really knows? Then you have the shorts with, again, that same logo, and then on the left leg, a different logo. I'm curious to know, do you know what these logos mean? Because I'm actually really curious what they mean. Drop down in the comment section if you do know. But overall, I'm not really interested in any of these pieces that are decorated. I am interested in the blanks. I think the blanks, and originally I was actually watching some review videos from, I don't know who exactly, but when he originally dropped these pieces, he didn't drop the blanks for purchase. And I actually love that he dropped the blanks for purchase, because if you think about these garments, a lot of times if you're not interested in, I'm not interested in logos and a lot of things that I purchase, but I am interested in blank pieces. And the fact that these are kind of Yeezy branded pieces without any logos is very interesting to me, and I'm very drawn to that concept. It harkens to kind of the Yeezy Gap hoodie, which didn't have any branding, but you could kind of tell what it was. Overall, I feel like you can get that same aesthetic with this blank white t-shirt with the interesting cut and silhouette. You can tell it's a Yeezy piece, but there's no logoing, and it doesn't need to be, loud and kind of hype beasty to tell you that that's what you're wearing, right? So I'm a fan of this, and if I was going to order anything, I'll get into that, I'd probably order this t-shirt. And the sizing, again, is that same 1, 2, 3. This time there's a size guide, so 1 is a small medium, a 2 is a medium large, a 3 for the larger folks. So we're going to go ahead and add this to the cart. And what you can see is, interestingly enough, and again, kind of love this, that Yeezy is actually doing this, bringing this to fruition. Everything is $20. Like he said in the original drop, and a goal that I think he had mentioned a while ago, is wanting to be able to offer product for $20. This brings us back to the infamous kind of Super Bowl ad that must have spent a lot of money on to film and to produce and to put out. Ultimately, Yeezy's goal is to offer everything at $20, and it seems that he's following up with that goal, because everything here, no matter what the garment is, no matter what the cost is, you would think, interestingly enough, well, how can you offer this oversized trench coat windbreaker for the same price as a plain white pair of socks? But when you look at it, they are the same exact cost. $20 for a plain white pair of socks, $20 for a windbreaker. So a little bit of inconsistency there, but you got to even out in the margins somewhere, I guess. But ultimately, back to the pieces that I'm interested in, you essentially see the same branding and the same logos and the same blank pieces recreated, just in 3 different colorways. So if you're not hugely into white, you can go gray, looks like a muted gray tone. If you're not into gray, you can just go black with black branding on it, or you can just go black blanks. So I think if I were to purchase anything on here, I would use these as probably gym, more gym and casual clothes, to be honest. So I'd probably be looking at the shorts, the t-shirts. I'd be really interested to see the fit of both of these t-shirts. So I'd probably toss a gray t-shirt in there, and then a white one with the kind of minimal patterning, and then probably a hoodie just to see how the hoodie fits. I'd probably do the hoodie in black. That would be it, really. I mean, that's what I would be purchasing. So if you go here, what you can see is you're looking at $60 for 3 garments. Well, actually, I forgot the white t-shirt, but you're looking at $80 for 4 garments that are Yeezy garments. So if you go, and tax and shipping not included, of course, if you go to ship it, the shipping cost is $24. Now, I'm not a fan of this, because when you look into the shipping, it's 4 business days, and you don't have options to change it, actually, because orders are expected to ship within 3 to 5 weeks. I don't trust this. Just to bring you back a little bit. So I purchased the Yeezy pods when they originally dropped as $20. But when I saw that Super Bowl ad, actually, interesting enough, I waited about 4, maybe 5 months. They shipped, but they never delivered to my house. So I never received them. I was ripped off by Kanye and his cronies. Just kidding. Again, I'm a fan of Kanye. I never received the pieces. That was a little bit upsetting, because I was really interested to receive them, kind of review the quality of them, what they looked like, what they felt on, and just they were an interesting concept overall for a piece of clothing. But I never received them, so I never got the time to review them. And so again, with these pieces, I'm kind of afraid of that same thing happening. Waiting 3 to 5 weeks for shipping that costs more than a quarter of all the garments combined. And in some places I've seen, even if you're in Europe or something, the shipping is, almost double the price of one of these items and pieces of clothing. So it's crazy to me. I don't know. But ultimately, I'm curious what you think. Are you purchasing anything? Have you purchased anything? Have you received it yet? It's been around 3 to 5. Well, no, it's maybe been a couple weeks since they originally dropped. But I'm curious to know what your thoughts are once you receive the garments, on this drop, on the structure of the $20 per piece, on the design of the pieces. Let me know in the comment section down below. And if you enjoyed this video